Hello, grade 12 learners. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Okay, today I am going to do a famous question when it comes to business studies. We will be focusing on quality of performance. TQM topic is the last topic on the quality of performance. I would like to apologize for 2023 matriculants for not doing TQM in time, but 2024 matriculants and going forward, you are lucky that I did what TQM in time. So guys, without wasting a lot of time, we have to know what is TQM. TQM is totally quality management. We have to understand what is totally quality management. We have to know the effective of totally quality management in the business or in the workplace or in the large businesses or in the element on the businesses. So, but anyways, don't worry about that. I will explain everything. What are the positive impact? What are the disadvantages of TQM, totally quality management? So without wasting a lot of time, we have to know. Let me just give you the description of totally quality management. What is the description of totally quality management? Look at your screen right now so that you can see what I am talking about. Description of totally quality management. Totally quality management is an integrated system applied throughout the organization which helps to provide quality product to customers. Whereby here they are simply saying that totally quality management, it is what integrated system applied throughout the organization. What is the organization? The organization is the circle of people who are working in the workplace. It can be from the employees, the employer, the managers, and the investors, and so forth and so on. So everything that includes the business is the organization. It's a integrated system applied throughout the organization which helps to provide quality product to the customers, which is totally quality management is an integrated system that is used by the organization or that is applied to the organization to do what? To produce quality products to who? To the customers. I hope you understand what is totally quality management. It's an integrated system that is applied throughout the organization which helps to provide what? The quality product to who? To the customers, which is whereby it makes sure that always the customers get the quality product, always. Bullet point number 2. Management ensures that each employee is responsible for the quality of his or her work. So by here, they are simply saying the management ensures that employees, he or her, is responsible for their work or for his or her work. Whereby here, they make sure that each employee, when they produce the product, they must make sure that they produce something that have a quality, so that in future or tomorrow they have to be what? Responsible of what they have produced. Whereby here they deal on providing what? A quality product always. So each and employee, obvious, they will always produce what? Something that has a quality if each and every employee is responsible of their job. So obvious, they will always produce what? The quality product. Then bullet point number 3. TQM enables businesses to continuously improve on the delivery of product in order to satisfy the needs of customers. So here, TQM enables businesses to continuously improve on the delivery of the product in the order to satisfy what? The needs of what? The customers. So whereby here, TQM in all and short, it simply stated that TQM, it works on what? On the needs of the employment. Of the customers. They make sure that each and every customer must be satisfied by the need that they needed, or by the product that will be provided by the business or by this large company, by these large businesses. Remember, people who implement TQM most of the time is the large businesses. I hope you are following. Now we have to go to the impact or the effectiveness of of totally quality management elements on large businesses. As I said, that most of people who implement this thing is what the large businesses. But before explaining what the impact or the effective of the totally quality management elements on a large business, we have to know those elements. What are those elements? Look at this. Look at your screen right now so that you can see what I am talking about. TQM elements: continuous improve the processes and system. Number 2, continuous skills development, education and training. Number 3, totally client customer certification. Number 4, adequate financing and capacity. Number 5, monitoring and evaluation of quality processes. So by what I have just mentioned right now, we have to know their positive impact and negative impact. If they do have negative impact, so we have to know their impact actual. Number 1, we will deal with what the impact or the effectiveness of totally quality management elements on large businesses. What are the positive impact? Before going to the negative impact, I would like us to deal with what the positive impact of what totally quality management elements on the large business. Don't forget that the totally quality management that we have 5, as I mentioned, that totally quality elements, we have 5 of them. So each and everyone have their own impact. So now let us hear what are the impact of the totally quality elements or TQM elements. Number 1, large businesses have more resources to check on quality performance in each unit, whereby here they are simply saying that large businesses have more resources to check on quality performance in each unit, which is here they have more resources to check each and every single thing that you produce, that did it meet the minimum requirements, or that does that thing have a quality. That's the advantage of totally quality elements. Number 2, enough capital resources are available for new equipment required for processes and systems, whereby here enough capital resources are available. They have too much, they have enough capital resource for what a new equipment required for the process and the system, whereby they can easily tackle each and every new system or process that they have to go through. They have enough capital resources to implement or equip that new processes and system. Bullet point number 3 that you have to know when it comes to positive impact. Remember, when it comes to positive impact, I always encourage you that you must not know more than 5, but know at least 3 on the positive and no 2 on the negative. They can afford to use the service of the quality cycles to stay ahead of their competitors. They can do what? Afford to use the service of the quality cycle to do what? To always stay ahead of what? Their competitors. Bullet point number 4. But I said it's okay if you will know only 3 and then no 2 on the negative. But I feel like let me just give you bullet point number 4. Large businesses have a person dedicated to improvement of processes and system. Large businesses have what? A person dedicated to what? To the improvement of the process and the system. They can easily take in what? The system and the process. And they also have what? A person that is dedicated on doing what? On improving or improvement of the processes and the system. Now we move to the negative impact when it comes to what? Totally quality management elements. on a large business. We are dealing with what? Elements on the large businesses. Negative impact. Large scale manufacturing can complicate quality control. Large scale manufacturing can do what? Complicate quality control. It will be hard for a business to what? To control the quality in the workplace, because there is a large scale whereby they have to change so many things in the business. They have to change so many things in the business. Bullet point number 2, risk of changing parts of the business that are actually working well. That's also a negative impact. Risk of changing what? Changing parts of the business that are actually working well, because they deal on improving. Sometimes they do change things even if they are working well, trying to find another way of working while that system was working well or that process was working well, but they feel like, no, let's try a new way, maybe this one can be better than the other one. So that's also negative to a business. Now we move to the importance of quality cycles in the TQM. What it is the importance of cycles in TQM? Number 1, solve problems related to quality and implement improvements. They solve what? A problem related to what? To a quality, and implement what? An improvement. They solve that problem and then they do what? They implement an improvements on that problem. That problem, they are not going to happen again, because they did what? They solved it. After solving it, they improve what? The improvement. They implement improvement. Bullet point number 2, investigate problems and suggest solution to management. They also do what? Investigate problems and suggest solutions to the management. This is what? This is the importance of quality cycles in TQM. Number 3, make suggestion for improving system and processes in the workplace. They make what? Suggestion of what? Improving the system and processes in the workplace. Bullet point number 4, increase employees' morale. What is a morale? You're confident. They increase their morale whenever they do what? That's the other importance of what? Of quality cycles in TQM. They increase employees' what? Morale, or employees become motivated. So that means the product or the business will always be productive. It will always be positive. Bullet point number 5. Remember, there is no need for you to know 5 of them, but you can know only 4 of them. Improve employees' communication at all levels of the business. They improve communication of employees at all levels of the business, whereby each and every department in the workplace must have what? The good communication skills, so that the business can perform what? Total quality management. That's the other importance of what? Quality cycles in TQM. Now we move forward to impact or effective of total client or customer certification on large businesses. Number 1, may lead to increased competitiveness or productivity, whereby here, if ever they do what? Total client or customer certification on a large business will do what? May lead to increased competitiveness or profitable, whereby here, if ever they certify the specific need of the employees, it will do what? It will increase in what? Competitiveness. There will be a competitive business, and there will be one of the most profitability business. Bullet point number 2, continuous promote a positive image of a company. They will also do what? promote the positive image of the company, whereby doing what? Certifying the specific need of the employees, of the customers. Then that thing, it will help them do what? Be the most competitive business and profitability business. And the other thing, they will continue promote what? The image of the company. Bullet point number 3 may lead to higher customer loyalty, and businesses may be able to change higher price. So whereby here, if ever they do what? Certify the needs of the customers, they can do what? Have the loyal customers. When we speak about the loyal customers, we are speaking about a customer that says, I would never eat a bread from this shop, but I will always go to Hector shop and eat that bread always. So that's a loyal customer. Whenever the customer gets there and find that I closed, the customer does not buy bread anywhere, but the customer wait for Hector shop to open so that the customer can buy bread. That's what we are talking about, what? The loyal customers, because the bread that they are buying, it certifies them. They feel like this bread is the best bread ever. So it will increase chances for me to do what? To increase the prices, because that customer feels like I'm the only one who can produce bread and no one will ever produce bread. It's like cutting a hair. Most of guys, when they go to the salon, they simply have their own people that no one touches my hair. But Eric will be the one that will be cutting my hair always. Even if they can be a queue, they do wait or queue on the queue so that they can cut their hair. If there is no electricity, they make sure that they don't cut their hair until Eric comes back. Then let us hear the negative impact of what? Of the total client or customer certification on the large businesses. Number 1, note, not all employees may be involved or committed to totally client certification, whereby here they are simply saying that not every employee may be what? Involved or committed to what? Totally client certification. Some other employees may hide with other employees, doing as if like they also perform the totally client or customer certification, but all to find out that they are hiding. There are people who are working very hard for the business. Remember, you must know only 5 the impact, which is no 3 of the positive, no 2 of the negative. Don't know more than 5, because they would never ever ask you more than 5. Number 2, employees who seldom come into contact with customers often do not have a clear of what will certify their need. That's the other negative impact of a total client or customer certification. Now we move forward to the continuous skill. Let us look at the notes. Impact or effectiveness of continuous skills development or education and training on large business. We have to know the positive impact and the negative impact. Then now let's look at the positive impact. What are the positive impact? Look at the screen. Ability to afford specialized or skilled employees. They do what? They have an ability to specialize or afford the skilled employees. Number 2, may be able to hire qualified trainers to train employees on a regular basis, whereby here they can do what? Able to hire qualified trainees to train what? The employees in regular basis. So this is what continuous skills development, whereby it even states its own that it's a continuous of the skills development in the workplace on the large businesses. Number 3, large businesses have a human resource department dedicated to skill training and development. They have what? They have their human resource department that is dedicated to do what? To skills training and development. So now we move to the negative impact when it comes to what? Continuous skills development on the large businesses. Number 1, on the negative impact, trained employees may leave the business for better job after gained more skills. The employees may leave the business after being what? Trained, and go to what? Look for better job. Number 2, it may be difficult to evaluate the effectiveness of training. It won't be easy to train the employees. It may be difficult. Now we move forward to the impact or effectiveness of adequate financing and capacity on the large business. Let us know the positive, then from there we will know the negative. Remember, I said on the positive you must know only 3, on the negative try to grab only 2. In that way you will be safe in your examination. Now we move to positive. Look at your screen right now as I'm about to show it. Large businesses have sufficient financing to train. To test everything before implementing. They have what? Sufficient financing to test everything before implementing, whereby here they have that important money to test everything before what? Implementing, before putting it. Number 2, able to afford product research to gather information. They are able to do what? Afford the product research to gather what? The information. Number 3, can afford to purchase quality raw materials and equipment. They can do what? Be able to afford to purchase quality raw materials and equipment. Now we go to the negative impact when it comes to what? Educate financing and capacity on the large businesses. On the negative impact, if the demand for companies' product increase, orders begin coming in fast than expected, and the company lacks the capital required for the funds production to the stock to fill the orders. Whereby here, if ever the company, remember, this one will bring the employees in the workplace, right? They train them and they produce what? Quality product. So that thing will increase on what? Their customers. And remember, now they are implementing what? The training of the employees. So it will be hard. For them to maintain everything. Now we move to the bullet point number 2 on the negative impact when it comes to adequate financing. These repelled growing companies can consume large amount of capital as they try to balance normal operations expectation. So now we move forward to the impact of what? Monitoring and evaluating quality process on large businesses. Number 1, which is the advantage, positive, allows for quality control checks and procedures at the key points. They allow what? The checks. When we speak about the monitoring, we are speaking about what? The checks that they are going through after the production. Bullet point number 2, may be equipped to get things done right the first time. It may be what? Equipped to get things done in writing the time, because the reason why they implement this thing, they want to check whether the job is done or not. So this thing will make the employees to do what? Job in time. Bullet point number 3, improve performance and maintain high quality standards. They improve what? performance and maintain the high standard, because whenever you know that after doing the production, the inspectors, they will come and monitor what you have done, just did. You will make sure that you produce something that has a quality. Now we go to the negative impact. It often takes longer to detect problems or respond to weakness. It may take time to respond to the weakness. Now we move to the bullet point number 2. It is not viable to check quality of all the products. They do not check the quality of all the products, but they just check those few ones that they can check. Now we go to the impact of TQM if poorly implemented by the business. So number 1, setting unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved. They can set unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved, whereby here they can say to the customers, you must do 100 cups in an hour. That means they are setting unrealistic deadlines that may not be achieved. You cannot do 100 cups in an hour. That's highly impossible. Or do 100 cups in 2 days. That's highly impossible. Now, bullet point number 2, employees may not be adequately trained, resulting in poor quality products. If the employees may not be adequately trained, may result in poor quality product. Number 2, decline in productivity because of stoppage. Decline in productivity because of stoppage. Now we go to the bullet point number 4. Investors may withdraw investment if there is a deadline in profit. They can withdraw their investment when there is decline in profit. Now we move to the impact of quality on the reduction of the cost of the quality. There is something that I did not jump. I know that you may be wondering in your notes that why did I jump PDCA? PDCA, which is plan, do, check, and act that are needed. I will do that thing. It will be my last thing to do today. Okay, bullet point number 1 on the impact of total quality management on the reduction of the cost if quality is. Now we move to schedule activities to be exterminated. Duplication of the task. They must do schedule activities to exterminate duplication of the task. They must make sure that they do they schedule the activities. Number 2, develop work systems that empower employees to find new ways of improving quality. They must do develop work system that empower employees to find new ways of improving their quality. Number 3, improve communication about quality challenges that everyone can learn from. Then bullet point number 4, train employees at all levels so that everyone understands their role of quality management. The employees must be trained so that everyone can know their role of quality. Now we are doing the application of PDCA model, which is the cycle in improving the quality of products. Number 1, PDCA model cycle. It's a part of continuous improvement to processes and system. Number 1, we have plan. Number 2, we have do. Number 3, we have check or analysis. Number 3, we have act as needed. Plan. The business should identify the problem. First, on the plan, they must do identify the problem. Number 2, develop a plan for improvement to processes and system. First, they identified the problem. Number 2, they do they develop a plan for the improvement of the process and the system. Number 3, answer questions such as what to do and how to do it. They must answer question what to do and how to do it. Number 4, plan the method and approach. They must plan the method and how are they going to approach the problem that they are facing. Now we go to the do. First they were planning, now they are doing. The business should implement the change on a small scale. They must do what? Implement the change on the small scale. Number 2, implement the process and the system. They must implement the process and the system. Now we go to the checks or analysis. Use date to analyze the results of the change. They must use dates to analyze the results of the change. They must implement on the processes and system, and then they must have their own specific date. On this date we have to check whether what we have implemented, did it work for us, because here they are monitoring, they are checking. Then number 2, determine whether it made a difference. They must check whether did that thing made a difference. Number 3, check whether the process are working effectively. They must make sure that they check whether the process that they have implemented, it is working a positive way now. And then now we move to the act as needed. Institutionalize the improvement. They must make sure that the improvement is instituted, which is it's legislated. And then devise strategies on how to continually improve. They must devise the strategies on how to improve, whereby they must come with different strategies on how to continually improve. Number 3, if the change was successful, implement it on a wide scale. They must make sure that if the change was successful, they must make sure that they implement it wide scale. They must make sure that they use that change they made. Now we go to the last bullet point, which is continually reserves the processes, whereby here they are reversing what the processes. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. We've been looking for TQM all this time, but today we are done with TQM. Well done with your examination, because I know that after watching this video you are going to excel in your examination. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share it to your friends, share it to your relatives, so that they can be also helped by this channel.